I'm here with Christy Mayberry. She is a wonderful member of Swolenormous X, and I want to talk to her. Obviously, that's why she's here. And she wants to talk to you, and we're going to talk some shop. And I'm not even going to waste any of anyone's time. I really want you to get to know her and hear her story because it's amazing. So, Christy, why don't you introduce yourself and take it away?
Well, hello. My name's Christy, like Papa Swole told us, and um, I guess I'll just start with my whole fitness endeavor. I was telling him earlier, I don't like to use the word journey because it's not going to stop. When you start this, you don't stop it. You can't. You keep going. You get healthy. You stay healthy. It's a lifestyle, and it's becomes part of your life. And so that's why I call it my endeavor, my whatever you want to call it. But it's not a journey because there's no end to it. But anyway, let's see. 2 weeks ago, actually, was the 4 year anniversary of when was a lot of this stuff kind of happened all at once. My work switched insurance company, so I had to get a new doctor. So I found one in network local who wanted to do all kinds of blood tests on me, blood work, all full panel of everything. Found out that I was diabetic and I had thyroid problems, a couple other issues that were easily taken care of. And, obviously I was morbidly obese. I was 310 pounds. And she looked at me straight up and she said, "You are not going to get a pill from me to help you. You are going to do this the right way, or I'm not going to be your doctor." And I said, "Okay." Well, about a week later, my dad invited my sister and I to come to his house at the same time, which was a bad omen. We knew something was going on right then. And he told us that he had stage four liver cancer. And he only had, they gave him 9 months to a year, but he only lived for a couple of months. Well, after he told us that, my doctor, by law, she had to put me on metformin for the diabetes. And I did some research on it because I'd never taken any prescription meds before. And I did find out that a big side effect of metformin is liver disease and liver cancer. And my dad had taken metformin for years because he was diabetic, but instead of controlling his diet, he increased the amount of metformin he took. So if he needed an extra 500 milligrams a day, his doctor would give it to him. I mean, he was taking 3 and 4 and 5,000 milligrams a day of metformin for years, so he could eat what he wanted, and his blood sugar wouldn't spike. So finding all of this out, and then my dad passed away, and I was like, "That's it. I can't keep doing this. I have to take control of my health." And so I did. I started out very naive. I didn't know anything. I would basically the first thing I did was just I cut out all carbs because I was freaking out. I didn't eat bread, I didn't eat pasta, I didn't eat anything. And of course, I dropped weight from that because caloric deficit, you lose weight. Um, and then I started slowly doing like I walked on a treadmill. And when I first started, that was the only exercise I did. I could only walk like a half a mile an hour for 10 minutes max before I couldn't hardly breathe. But I know I did it every day. I didn't stop. I didn't care if it hurt. I didn't care. I kept doing it. So then this goes on for several months, and I dropped probably 80 pounds on my own. So I was down to around 230. But I had done no resistance training, nothing like that, just low grade cardio, and kind of watching what I ate or what I thought was eating healthy. And then I decided to hire a personal trainer, an in-person trainer, 3 days a week, and he did my nutrition plan for me. He told me what to eat, when to eat, how to eat, everything. And I saw amazing results with him for the 8 months that we worked together in person. But he didn't teach me what he was doing for me. I just saw the results, thought it was amazing, paid him all this money, and um, he ended up getting in a car accident, so we had to do online training. And then it just went from there. It just got worse and worse. I plateaued really badly. He wasn't available to me, and it was just. And I realized I can't rely on somebody else my whole life to keep me in check. I've got to learn this on my own. So I was so scared to send him this message, but I sent him the message after a whole year with him that I didn't need his services any longer, and trying to be nice about it. And he got a little upset, but whatever. Um, and I have spent the past year learning on my own the best way for me for nutrition, for exercise, for building my own workout programs. I did do like your personal training and nutrition certification courses because I wanted to learn for myself what they had to offer. I don't think they're super in depth at all, but they do give you a better perspective on things than your neighbor does. And so yeah, and then I found Swolenormous in February, March, sometime around then, and really liked the way that he presented the nutrition. I had never heard of an elimination diet, but come to find out when I listened to his podcast about it, and I went to the website and joined Swolenormous so I could view all of his information. I basically already did that. So when I did the elimination diet in May and June, I didn't have to cut out very much stuff because I already wasn't eating most of the things that you shouldn't eat during the elimination. So it was much simpler for me than it would be for somebody who had not already been, kind of progressed to that far.
How much
And
did you
just,
how much did you lose? Because I've been showing the pictures. I'll bring it up right now a little bit on the bottom of the screen, just for some context. The pictures that you posted in the community, the one where you were in the pink shirt, your before picture, and then to the
oh,
after
right.
picture. What was your overall? Again, you might hate the word journey. I use it as like vernacular because people say it. But here's this word I hate: your transformation.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
we've been talking about that lately with all the pictures. People are like, hating on transformations. I want to get your opinion on that because obviously, as someone who has had this is what a transformation is. It's not something that happens in 30 or 60 days. It's not, oh, I went from 15% body fat to 13. That's not a transformation. The way you look in the left picture to the way you look today is a completely different person.
It's I in the picture in the pink shirt, I was 310, 312 pounds, about that.
And how tall are
Um,
you?
I'm 5'8".
Okay.
And then today, like, well, I mean, sometime in the past week or so, I fluctuate between 147 or 144 and 147.
So you lost
So
about like 160 pounds there.
yeah, a little over 160 pounds
Wow.
in 4 years.
And that's a really good pace. A lot of people try to. What are your thoughts on? Because obviously you're one of the moderators in our community. What do you say when someone is frustrated with their weight loss and you well know how long it takes to make that kind of change? It's not linear where, oh, you just lose 2 pounds a week forever. You'll have months or weeks when you don't lose anything, or you gain a couple pounds, or you fall off your routine a little bit. What do you say to people? Because I get a lot of messages too, and you've probably seen them as well, where you lose a pound a week, and that number one sounds so insignificant. It's 1 pound. But what do you say to people that are looking to lose weight faster and they don't feel like 1 or 2 pounds is enough? They're expecting something more drastic just because they hear so many stories. They see people that I bring on the podcast or that on Instagram that have lost 100, 200 pounds. Wow. So one or two, it just seems like, come on, man, I need to lose some weight. What do you say to people that feel like it's not fast enough? It's never fast enough.
I mean, of course, I tell anybody that it's not going to happen fast, and that no matter what you start out weighing, if you lose a half a pound to a pound a week, you're doing just fine. You figure 160 pounds that I've lost over 4 years, which is 48 months. I mean, whatever that math is, that's a very low average for a monthly loss. You have to be consistent with it, and I don't always see a weight like a weight change, but I have dropped before two pant sizes and weighed the exact same amount because my body composition changes with resistance training, with the nutrition. I'm not bloated. There's a lot of factors that go into it, so you may not see it on the scale, but you will see it in other aspects. You just have to look at everything. You can't just say, "Oh, that's it. I didn't lose a pound this week. I'm done." But also if you are the type of person that wants to weigh yourself all the time because you just got to check that scale, then I would recommend you weigh. If you're going to weigh yourself every day, that's fine if that's what you want to do. But then you take an average of those 7 days and you compare it to the average of the next week, because you're going to fluctuate 3 pounds, 4 pounds. I mean, I know this sounds funny because I'm just a weird person, and the people at work make fun of me for this because every time I'm in the bathroom at work, if there's somebody else in there, I do this and I tell them how funny it is. There's a scale in there. Don't ask me why. I weigh myself before I pee and I weigh myself after I pee. And I will lose like zero point 0.3 ounces. You know what I
You're
mean?
supposed to do that. You're supposed to weigh yourself after you go to the bathroom.
Yeah, for sure. So I
Yeah.
mean, just even in that period of 1 minute, whatever long it takes me to pee, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've lost 0.3 ounces. So you cannot gauge your weight loss on your daily scale.
Thanks for watching, fam. Make sure to subscribe to the Daily Swole podcast on YouTube so you can catch the live streams every single day.